As part of last year's EICMA motorcycle show, Aprilia showcased a lighter version of its popular RS660 middleweight sport bike. The RS660 Extrema packs numerous elements which help it to shave weight, giving it one of the most impressive power-to-weight ratios in the class. So let's look at 10 things we love about the 2023 Aprilia RS660 Extrema. Extrema history. This is technically not the first time Aprilia has rolled out an Extrema. For those who pay close attention to the Piaggio group, this name got used back in the 90s. Back then, it adorned a small displacement 125 cubic centimeters replica race bike that made a healthy 34 horsepower. This was at a time when Aprilia was only really interested in oil burners. The best gets better. It might well be a bit of a bold claim, but the 660 is currently the best modern middleweight sport bike money can buy. Kawasaki and Yamaha might beg to differ, but Yamaha has not gone all in with their R7, and although the ZX6R is still lightning quick, it is now getting pretty long in the tooth, and now that RS660 gets a special edition. Added lightness. The Extrema gets a lot of carbon fiber thrown at it. The front mudguard, belly pan, and S-Seat Project exhaust are all made of the most fabled materials. The exhaust in itself is a work of art and puts the breadbox this bike comes with to shame, particularly in the weight department. Thanks to all that shaved weight, the Extrema tips the scales at only 366 pounds and a total of 37 pounds lighter than the stock bike. Unique livery. It is not uncommon for an Italian sport bike to get adorned with the tricolor, but the Extrema gives that a unique twist. It is mostly a red and white motorcycle with carbon bits, but the addition of a checkered flag across the fairings adds a touch of class. Some of those black squares get switched out with the green and red. It is an interesting option considering their successful MotoGP team have nothing in common with this livery. Not your average parallel twin. Its wonderful beating heart is unchanged and will make the same impressive 100 horsepower as the stock machine. Parallel twins have made a name for themselves for being the most efficient platforms in the industry and not necessarily considered fun. Aprilia flipped that theory on its head when they made this, getting all that efficiency and adding some spice to it. Sublime electronics. One area where Aprilia really are class leaders is with their electronic suite. It is as comprehensive as they come, with lean-angled detecting traction control on a middleweight. They pretty much give you everything you will get on the top-of-the-range RS-V4 and Tuono V4 bikes. It is a system that works just as well on the street as it does on the track, and it is incredible that they are willing to install it on these 660 machines. GP Shift. A nice little freebie is the fact that they added GP Shift to their software. Effectively, this is just flipping your shifter upside down to accelerate upshifts. Usually, this does not gel with modern quick shifters because most bikes are simply not set up to handle something like this. It is a minute detail that really highlights how dedicated they are to their racing theme. Not a Trofeo. Although it might look like a track bike, this is very much a street bike that can go on a track and not the other way around. The limited edition RS660 Trofeo, which was only available in Europe for budding racers, was a totally different animal, and the Extrema is a little less extreme. Perfectly street legal. That gorgeous carbon fiber exhaust is actually fully homologated, which is part of the reason why the bike doesn't gain any power, but it doesn't need any more power. If you want a 200 horsepower machine, you are clearly barking up the wrong tree. This is a relatively comfortable middleweight sport bike that can handle the odd track day. It is fun and agile, but it won't be winning any club races anytime soon. Be a racer. Aprilia has taken huge strides over the past few years, but in most markets outside of Europe, they still have some way to go. The 660 platform is now proven, and it is special editions like this that will only serve to grow the brand. The fact that Aprilia only went to EICMA with this bike just goes to show how important this model is to them and their future.